Hey guys, I'm going to start this video with a quick review of the stuff we had in the last one about naming ionic compounds, because I've graded a few worksheets and it feels like maybe we don't understand. So remember, the rules are just name the positive ion, name the negative ion, but we have a few rules when it comes to naming ions. Okay, so there's one of each example here. So if it is a metal that's not a transition metal, it's just the name of the element. Okay, so if it's not a transition metal, but it is a metal, it's just the name of the element. If there's more than one element in it, it must be one of our polyatomic ions, and their name is just right off of this table here. If it's a metal, but it is a transition metal, right? So remember, transition metal are those ones down here in this kind of low weird section of the periodic table. Then we have to put their charge in Roman numerals after their name. And if it's a negative ion with just one element, we change the ending to "ide." Okay, so if I have a negative ion of any of these in this corner here, it's not fluorine, it's fluoride. It's not oxygen, it's oxide. It's not nitrogen, it's nitride, phosphide, sulfide, chloride, bromide, ionide, selenide. We have that IDE ending on those. Okay, and then we just put them together, right? So we have polyatomic ion, its name's ammonium, and then oxygen, we change the ending to "ide." Lithium, nitride. Okay, it's not a transition metal, so we just say lithium, but we do change the ending to "ide." Okay, we have aluminum, and then we have one with more than one element, so it must be off that polyatomic ion table, nitrate. Okay, vanadium is a transition metal, so we had to figure out what its charge was. Okay, and to do that we had to kind of know from like the last chapter that chlorine will be -1. So if I have two -1s and one vanadium between them, it's got to be worth +2 to kind of compensate for that. Okay, and then chloride, again, is -1. And if I just have one gold to go with it, it must be +2. That probably should be in parentheses. That's my bad. And then barium's not a transition metal, so we just say barium. And it's with something that's more than one element, so we say sulfate. Okay, so remember we have, 4 kinds of ions. All right? And then these are on the other page here. So we have metals that are not transition metals, right? And their name is just the name of the element. We had transition metals, and this is when we needed to use those Roman numerals. We have the non-metals that we change to "ide. And then we have our polyatomic ions, which are just right off of this table here. So as always, let me know if you have any questions. I might attach a video, not for a grade, but just to help explain this stuff a little better. So we'll see how that goes.